Summer's gonna be crazy. It's easy like 1, 2, 3. Can't believe all this money for me, money for me. I got to get the CASH. That's the code for the vault, so let's play. Top up with 1,000 and the next day you could be a millionaire. Did you sell?
More than 15 million to grab this summer. Top up with $1,000 or more to collect the letters to spell CASH.
For a chance to catch millions in the Digicel's cash vault.
Top up today.
Did you sell?
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening. Welcome to this evening's newscast in Kaieteur Radio. I'm Kevin Smith.
With two oil ships, namely the Liza Destiny and the Liza Unity, in operation and producing approximately 300,000 barrels a day, Guyana's growth rate is forecast to jump from the initially projected 47.5% to 57.8%. This was recently noted by Senior Minister with responsibility for finance, Dr. Ashni Singh, who has also stated that Guyana's pace of development and production makes it one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Many institutions such as the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, the Inter-American Development Bank, and even the Caribbean Development Bank have agreed with this perspective. However, former Finance Minister Winston Jordan has categorically stated that for him, the mantra that Guyana is supposedly the fastest growing economy is nothing but a mirage, adding that the real truth can be found in an examination of the dismal performance of the non-oil economy. Jordan expressed, this year the economy is supposed to grow 57.8% and the non-oil is projected to grow about 7%, but that will have its own challenges because rice and sugar performed dismally at half year. In other news, the Environmental Protection Agency has ruled that a 35 well exploration drilling campaign that ExxonMobil has applied for will not by itself significantly affect the environment. However, the former head of the EPA, Dr. Vincent Adams, believes that this decision could spell danger for Guyana. Dr. Adams pointed out that a cumulative impact assessment for the project has been ordered by the EPA, but this study is usually included in an environmental impact assessment, which points out the dangers that can be caused as a result of a specific project, as well as point to mitigative measures. Importantly, the former director for the regulatory body explained that the EPA's decision to merely order a cumulative impact assessment is not enough for such a rigorous campaign to be pursued. In fact, this new campaign may entail the highest number of wells to be drilled to date by the developer in one project. And moving on, Vice President Bharat Jagdeo recently addressed a private sector organized function in which he posited that a bigger share of the oil money can drive up inflation rates in the country, but two economists are arguing that this statement is grossly misleading to the Guyanese public. The economists Elson Lowe and Raymond Gaskin both believe that wise management of the resources garnered from the oil and gas sector can be beneficial to the country. Gaskin, for instance, shared 5 areas in which he believes the natural resource funds should be used that will not drive up inflation. Inflation is a measure of the rate of rising prices of goods and services in an economy. This can occur when prices rise due to the increases in production costs such as raw materials. Topping his list as a priority, Gaskin noted that more money from the oil and gas resources can be used to service the country's present external debt.
In other news, tomorrow, Justice Sandil Kasoon in the Demerara High Court is expected to sum up the evidence in the trial into the 2008 murder of GDF Corporal Ivor Williams. On trial for murderers Mark Royden Williams, called Smalley, who is on death row for killing 12 persons during the 2008 Bartica massacre. On Monday, the 12-member jury, who was empaneled for the trial into the 2008 murder of the soldier, heard the closing arguments from the prosecution and the defense. At a previous hearing, the accused led his defense in which he denied fatally shooting the soldier and even told the court that the police charged the wrong man. Some may call it A waste of time, but a miner from Pomeroon Region 2 is still grateful that he was finally able to recover his gold from police on Wednesday after running around for 2 years. 26-year-old Leon Thomas said that he had got himself into an unfortunate situation in 2020. He related that he was working in a Region 7 backdam on a dredge and was accused of stealing some 13.3 pennyweight of gold from his employer. He claimed that he never stole from his boss but had earned the gold while punting during his spare time in the same backdam. Nevertheless, Region 7 police were called in and Thomas was detained. The value of the gold was calculated to be equivalent to $195,000. Thomas believed that police would have returned his gold in a timely manner, but it took them 2 years. And to wrap things up, President Ali has instructed that a special task force be mobilized to address the concerns of fisherfolk and vendors at the Meadowbank Wharf. He explained that once the immediate issues are addressed, which includes the installation of lighting facilities, washroom facilities, and water, a more holistic development plan will be developed in the area. In addition to this, Ali instructed that the police force establish a permanent presence at the location to ensure the safety of those applying their trade and the safety of customers. And that brings us to the end of this evening's newscast. I'm Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465 or 226-8210 today.